All right, good morning, Franklin. I'm Eric Stuckey, your city administrator, and it is Monday morning, so it's time for the top 3 things you need to know this week. I, of course, have my handy-dandy Post-it with me to help guide the way, but we're out here again on the square. Couldn't resist coming back out. I know we were out here just last week, but it's always beautiful on the holidays, and it may be a little soggy today, but we had a beautiful weekend, great crowds for Dickens of a Christmas. Many thousands of folks came out. And Heritage Foundation, who sponsors the event, did a great job, and our city team did a wonderful job supporting it. So I hope you got a chance to enjoy Dickens this past weekend. If not, catch it next year. It's a great, great event. So decided to do for this week's top 3 things, I want to reflect back on 2019 with 3 things I'd like to highlight for you. So many great things in this year, but I want to highlight just a few things I thought would be great. And then next week, we'll hit 3 things looking forward into 2020. So, okay, my first thing I want to touch on is investments in the community. We've really been focused on infrastructure and making key investments that support the great quality of life that our community has and that our citizens expect. So we've done a lot of that. Some major projects have gotten underway in 2019, including the Mack Hatcher extension out by Hillsborough Road, extending to the west to meet 96 West out by West Haven. That's a huge connection, and in fact, Franklin was designed with that roadway in mind. It helps connect where people live to where they shop and work and do that kind of thing. So that's a key project. The water reclamation, the wastewater treatment plant, we're doing an upgrade and expansion. It's always been a high-performing plant, but we're adding some even more high levels of state-of-the-art technology and expanding the capacity from 12 million gallons a day to 16 million gallons a day. That's a $130 million project that got underway this year and will be progressing over the next couple years. So those are 2 projects, but the board also made some important decisions around the 10-year capital investment plan and identified in total $280 million of projects. Only about half of those supported by debt, so a lot of it's cash pay as you go, but those are important infrastructure, facilities, parks projects that will help, again, support the quality of life that we expect out of Franklin and also help us respond to the challenges that growth presents, but also the opportunities that growth presents. So that's item 1, investment. Item number 2, the economic vitality of our community continues to be impressive. We saw some important openings of headquarters in our community. We saw Mars Pet Care open their brand new headquarters out off of Carruthers Road in McEwen. We saw down in the Berry Farms area, we saw Dave Ramsey open his new headquarters and is already starting to work on a second building out there. Great campus that they're building. And Aetna Insurance did a regional headquarters as well, right in that same area. Those are just a few examples of folks that are staying in the community, investing and growing their businesses, creating great job opportunities. Our county has throughout the year had the lowest unemployment rate in the state of Tennessee and one of the lowest in the nation. So again, economic vitality and opportunity for our citizens is very, very important. And the third and final one really focuses on an event we experienced together, but is also important to our community overall. The Fuller story that was told and continues to be told in our community and on our town square is something I wanted to focus in on. That happened in October. That is more than just an event. That is an important element of our community, telling more of our history, recognizing that we honor history by telling more of it and more aspects of it. And of course, this relates to telling more of the story of African Americans in our community before the Civil War, during the Civil War, and post-Civil War. And one of the areas I'm standing by is the marker for the U.S. colored troops. And so as you maybe think about making a charitable contribution at the end of the year, there's a statue that should go right in front of this marker. And that money's all being raised privately. If you want to go to the Battle of Franklin Trust, BOFT.org, you can go and make a contribution if you'd like to putting that statue in place. And of course, it stands in front of the courthouse that was here during the Civil War, and a number of African Americans, emancipated slaves, came into this courthouse and got paperwork that allowed them to be soldiers and folks that could fight for their freedom and their citizenship. So that's a pretty amazing part of our history as well. So we're proud to tell that story. So those are your top 3 things that I wanted to highlight from 2019, the investment in our community, the economic vitality, and our willingness to tell more of our story, the fuller story about our history. And so that's it for today and for this week. One other quick reminder, if you still want to make a contribution of an unwrapped toy to the police drive for the toy boxes, you can do that through the end of the day on Thursday. Just stop by police headquarters on Columbia Avenue. You can drop off an new unwrapped toy for a child from 16 years and younger, excuse me. You can do that there. So that's it, Franklin. Have a great week.